Crystal Springs. Representing Team Potato, or just Potato, we have the Blue Terran, Bathtub. I don't know if I want to say team or just like leave team out, be like representing Potato. And his ally, the Blue Zerg, just above him on this lovely map, representing the same team. It is Potato's Toetoefoot.
Yeah, and their opponents in this 2v2 are going to be spawning up in the top right-hand corner for Crystal Pools. A Terran and a Protoss, the Terran part of that equation, representing Team Gravity, and fighting here as part of Team Bunny Hop Hop. It is the red Terran player, Gamja, and his ally, the blue Protoss from Team Spectre, KellerMaN.
I like your intro like 50 times better than mine. Just by the way, I'm gonna throw that out there.
Well, don't you be stealing it. It's copyrighted, protected.
No, I'll get my own. I had to do the very first one, and I was like, okay, Dronok, just wing everything. And I'm like, hey, first person I see. But to start this off, the one thing just to notice from notice on Potato's side of the map here is one player is Zerg, so obviously that puts a little bit of the roadblock in as you got creep in your main base, so you got to be a little bit careful about that creep. Yeah. I'm sure these players are very used to that and good at maneuvering around that, but this is the first thing that comes to my head for the very first 2v2 cast ever, and I love that pen in your nose. I just gotta say, I looked over and yeah,
it's not a pen, it's a bottle opener. I'm gonna crack open homebrew in a second, but yeah. I was gonna say the other 2v2 consideration, of course. If you've played some 2v2s, you know that they are rife with cheese, particularly from those dirty, cheesy Protosses. They are always cannon rushing up your base. And I think I was wondering why Bathtub had positioned his barracks as he did. I'm pretty sure it's so. I mean, you'll quite often see like a cannon rush starting pretty much in this location where Bathtub's barracks is, where it can actually threaten both gases if you get a pylon like down, basically straight left where the barracks is. You can get a couple cannons up and threaten both players' gases, deny their gases, just be really annoying like that. So already we're seeing Bathtub at least have some 2v2 experience, and is putting his barracks down there, whilst his opponent goes for a nice fast expand, the Reaper expand coming out of Bathtub. So far, everybody looks like they're doing pretty much normal 1v1 openings, a little bit heavy on gas on Gamja's side, but the 1v1 openings are optimized because that's how your minerals and gas all come together. There's not so much that's going to change for the very opening stage of the 2v2, I don't think.
Yeah, and from pointing out about that cheese possibility in Potato's base, on the other side, in the top right-hand side for Bunny Hop Hop, they have not scouted an incredible amount of dark space, but I do think that is because Gamja decided to do, as you were saying, a very normal 1v1 opener, and got the supply depots down and was watching that the whole time, so he knows nothing actually got into his main base. But it's just very interesting deciding to not scout that at all. I feel like that could be very scary.
That's nice though. Both players working together on Team Potato's side to take out the Reaper from Team Bunny Hop Hop. The Ling's chasing it down, and then of course Terran player on Team Hop Hop, Team Potato's own Reaper, did manage to get the last couple of shots, so pretty nice little win there. That is going to provide Bathtub with a bit of extra scouting which his opponents will be denied.
The Reapers on this map are so incredibly powerful. Just to also point out, in the middle of the map, we have these two large, I don't know what, towers kind of planes on this map that you can get up with the Reapers, so you could potentially have some pretty cool stuff with there. But looks like actually Team Potato is moving forward. That is Toetoefoot and Bathtub, and we'll see what they can do. But Bathtub will spot this, what is this? This 10 gate on 29, I guess. Minerals on the top right don't really work out too well for everyone, but they will spot the 10 gate. But looks like KellerMaN will push out that Reaper. Reaper actually may get away for now, and I love how both Potato moves completely forward, and then Potato's unison's like, crap, nope, we got to retreat. Like, once these 10 gates finish, we're kind of screwed. So they know they can't be aggressive into this, especially with Blink on the way. This is like, Gamja has just been feeding all his minerals pretty much to KellerMaN this entire time, which is Team Bunny Hop Hop. So that's why you can do a 10 gate, no, more than 10 gate, 10, 11, 12, a 13 gate Blink.
Yeah, interesting. Gamja has very, very little. We look at him. He's just gonna be feeding KellerMaN full minerals. That's why he's got the double gas. So it's gonna be a huge Protoss 2 base all in. However, Bathtub and Toetoefoot, they've just about finished up speed. There's a lot of Lings out here for Toetoefoot. Actually, Oh, yes. The CC for Bathtub has been floated up, and they're going to try and defend with Toetoefoot getting 3 Spine Crawlers up. Bathtub does have some Widow Mines, is pumping out another Widow Mine here. So this is going to be a tough hold, but it's one they definitely can make. I love that Toto's Ling positionings. He should be able to sandwich KellerMaN as he moves up here very, very nicely if he moves a little too aggressively.
Blink is done, though. Bathtub burrowing in a Widow Mine. The Ling's coming in the right-hand side. There is a lot of sentry, but no force fields down yet. Guardian Shield does go up. Double force field attempt to do something, but there is Blink. Time Warp goes down, but will the Mothership be caught? Mothership won't quite be caught, and this entire attack has been routed by the majority of these Lings. The Marines have not done that much damage here, but they've really sidetracked all these Blink Stalkers, and the Lings did a fantastic job. Those sentries lost so easily, didn't really do much. And right now, looking like Team Potato, so much on the production line, 28 Lings, a couple more Marines, and they're going to have a lot of momentum from this. They just have to be able to survive this next attack because all the Lings of Toetoefoot on Potato have been destroyed.
Yeah, absolutely incredible first engagement there for Blue Team. And now, doesn't quite bait out the Widow Mine shot, but it doesn't go off. That's important. However, this buys Blue Team time for the Spine Claws to advance upwards. You can reposition the Widow Mines. A few Lings tried to make their way across the map with some harass, but they're not going to manage it. So KellerMaN, he should be... Oh, nice. Baits out the Widow Mine. A red scan goes down. He can take out the Widow Mine as well, providing that detection from the Terran player. Not only is his income being put towards this attack, but also his racial abilities. And now, if they take engagement with Spine Claws, they can almost certainly win this. The blink backs, though, are good, and Blue Team is not acting completely in unison as the Lings kind of go a little bit before the Marines there, but here we go. Everything's here together now. The Blue Terran players even floating his CC down as the Lings run forwards again. There's a lot of Marines here as well, and they do have to retreat back to safety Spine Claws for now, but Bathtub can land this CC very, very nicely. Fairly safe and secure behind the protection of these Spine Claws. The army, the Roach is coming out now as well, but this is a lot of Blink Stalkers out here for KellerMaN.
Yeah, there is a lot of Blink Stalkers here, and only Blink Stalkers. No sentries this time, but for Bathtub right now, just remember, he does not have Stim yet. Still about 50 more seconds until Stim is done, and that is making it very hard to chase these Blink Stalkers. The Lings are doing a little bit of damage, though, but just again and again, more Stalkers reinforced. On the other side of the map for Bunny Hop Hop, Gamja is just completely putting all his resources into KellerMaN here, and KellerMaN's pushing forward very hard. Now, there is both players on Potato are both on 2 bases now, so it's helping them, but it's still very, very hard as opposed to the other team only 1 base, and they're very slowly pushing this back, but it's very hard. Stim is only a couple seconds away now, and something maybe will happen. 24 more Lings coming out, and a medevac finally, and this is looking not too good for KellerMaN now. Finally, Team Potato is pushing back Bunny Hop Hop, and on the other side, top right-hand corner for Bunny Hop Hop, they're only both on 1 base.
Oh, this could be a big game-changing moment. The first medevac down, second medevac down, and that is a huge momentum swing here for Team Red in favor of Team Red. So now Toetoefoot and Bathtub have to defend using basically only the Lings and Spine Claws. 2 more Spine Claws trying to go down, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to have to push back these Stalkers with the few units he has and wait for Bathtub to try and get up the rest of the army. However, Bathtub is starting a bit more production being produced. He's got 3 barracks down, 2 more on the way, so that'll help out. The loss of those 2 medevacs wasn't actually as game-changing as it would have been if it was just a few minutes earlier. Now, with Stim done, this is where the tide usually turns for Terran in these kind of blink engagements, but I don't know, we'll see. KellerMaN is moving up here. A few more Zealots in for tanking. These Spine Claws are starting to finish up. He's going to focus them down. Widow Mine goes off. The other one's not out of cooldown yet, and Bathtub surges forwards. The Lings are providing tanking. They're providing the extra bit of DPS as these Marauders, the Bio pushes forwards as well, but third Spine Claw does finish out. These Queens have a bit of energy for transfuses as well. It's going to help out. Even on the Bio Force, they can spend it. The Marauders being focused down. 1 Queen is going to go down, though. That's a bit of a loss. And still, KellerMaN is just pushing forwards continually. But behind this, Gamja is starting to run out of resources. A couple of resource patches with only like tens of minerals remaining. However, KellerMaN is breaking through. The Spine Crawlers are going down. Big Widow Mine hits, though. Another one is going to go down. Kills 2 Stalkers. And a lot of these Stalkers have been softened up. Without the shields that the Widow Mine has taken away, they will continually lose health and become weaker and weaker as the engagements go on. Another big round of Stalkers is going to force Bathtub not to overextend. They have to push back, but 5 Spine Crawlers being built here now. They're only just starting construction, and that makes things a little more difficult. Bathtub doesn't have enough fire here to fight these Blink Stalks, and KellerMaN pushes forwards, but Bathtub is going to have to retreat back for now. The Widow Mines are prepared, and they will go off again. Scans are too slow, and now KellerMan's Blink Stalker force is vastly diminished. as blue team managed to push back.
KellerMaN is routed for now, and Bathtub is moving out. All these have stim now, and I believe, no, they do not have 1-1 nor combat shields, but they're pushing very hard. They know they only have a couple seconds to really capitalize on the push they just did and the damage, and they are doing that quite well. A lot of Stalkers, some great Blink Stalker play, and so far Bathtub and Toetoefoot for Potato are pushing quite hard now back. Not actually being aggressive, but simply destroying the rest of the army. GG! Potato, which is... Wait.
Team Potato.
Of 3. The losing team in the bottom left-hand corner, Protoss and Zerg. We have representing the Protoss Nation and the Hop clan, or sorry, I bet, representing no specific clan, indeed. The ones we got messed up last game, it is the one, the only, the red Protoss player, KellerMaN. And his... I'm sorry, I have team colors on. So
I also have allied colors on.
I have allied, so I see whatever. Okay, whatever his team is, we have KellerMaN. And maybe you should change that for Trigonal, because Trigonal likes to refer to as colors. But yes, there's KellerMaN. And his teammate representing the Zerg Swarm, it is Gamja. And both these players are for Potato. I completely butchered that entire intro. We need to have one set thing. I can do 1v1 intros. The 2v2, I just don't know. Where do you introduce the team name? That's the big question.
Anyway, just sprinkle it in there. So up in the top spawn, we have...
Senpai teach.
Yes, we have the 2 players making up Team Bunny Hop Hop. First of which is the pink Zerg player, Toetoefoot. And the second of whom, towards the top left of their shared main base, it is a teal Terran Titan Bathtub.
I think I got it for game 3. Whatever game 3 will be, I will have the intro down. But to start off, there is a... Oh, yeah, was on a wrong view right there. But to start off for KellerMaN, or sorry, Potato. I don't really... Start off for Potato. They're doing a very quick scout, just to make sure they see everything that's going on. They are down a game, and this is a best of 3, so 1 game and Potato is out, which is the bottom left-hand side. But as you were saying, explain a little bit more about who should take that... who should take the pocket bases. We see for Potato, Gamja is doing that. And then we see, interestingly enough, for the top right, which is Bunny Hop Hop, we see Toetoefoot. So pretty much actually what you were saying.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think, well, yeah, it looks like Bathtub is going to be taking them the way like I've always taken them, or the way I've always shared them in-game. Whereas I don't know this. This is just something I kind of thought up in the last few minutes, and I'd be interested to hear the people in the 2v2 experts in the chat's opinions about this. Whether either Gamja or Toetoefoot for each team would be best off taking both of the pocket naturals and kind of leaving KellerMaN or Bathtub on their teammates to take the base kind of to their right or left on the ones that are kind of over a little bit of a round here, and you can still defend them okay, because Gamja will be defending the main. If we're talking about Team Potato on the bottom spawn, Gamja will be defending the main, because that will be defending all 3 of his bases. Obviously a little bit vulnerable to drops, but still. KellerMaN can have his army positioned over by his 3rd and 4th bases, and actually that's still pretty okay, but I'm still kind of thinking things in terms of 1v1s where both players can defend their own bases, whereas I don't know if both players want to be kind of defending both the players' bases. It's very different. It's something I'm having to do some adapting to.
Yeah. It does look like Bunny Hop Hop's Bathtub is in the back base of Gamja. Seeing what he can see, Reaper actually will barely not go down, but he did get a little bit of a scout. One thing I'd like to point out on this map is the the main ramp into the main is a lot smaller, proving that maybe a Blink Stalker tag may not necessarily work better, but definitely it is pretty small. So any units moving out of that, and the same thing about the ramp going into their back base, which could prove quite bad. Let's say if Lings run in or there's a drop, there's a lot of things with that back base, or the back 2 pocket base. It's such a huge thing. But for now, we see from Team Bunny Hop a large swell of Lings heading across the map and will actually perfectly meet the speedlings of Gamja. We see Toetoefoot kind of dancing back and forth right now. A couple Reapers being mixed in by Bathtub, and for actually some Hellions too, which I really love. I'm kind of curious to see how, because it is Ling versus Ling. The added Hellions are going to be amazing. But for now, as I was saying, it's just such a small choke point. I don't really know if they're going to be able to get up there, especially with 2 Queens and a couple Banelings.
Yeah, Gamja's Banelings are going to make it very difficult. This is really cool kind of walling to see the Gateways and then the Queens. But Queens are one of the first one goes down, and now this gives Toetoefoot an opportunity to surge up here. But there's a lot of Lings at the top here. The Banelings are ready as well, but this means that Toetoefoot and Bathtub are going to have to retreat back for now. However, these Hellions can keep harassing for a little while longer. It's going to be difficult for them to actually get up that ramp, I feel. But if they do ever get up, the mobility of Hellion Speedling and the splash damage against Gamja's Lings is going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's just such a big area in the main that they so easily can do that. But for now, it actually looks like Team Team Potato, man. I can't do any of these teams. Team Potato is actually kind of taking a map present for now. Both teams really posturing around on the map. It's just such a big map, especially with it's 2v2, but effectively almost a 4v4 map. And there are 2 Zerg players on each team. It's very easy to have lots of units running around. But for now, looks like Potato's trying to take an aggressive stance here. There is a much better wall, or actually not a much better wall, but not a biological wall here. We do have the Terran wall for Team Bunny Hop. We're going to see how that works. There's a couple Banelings ready and Stalkers heading across the map. I'd love to see like 1 sentry just for the Guardian Shield. Even obviously Bunny Hop does not have that many Marines, but I think that'd be a really cool little thing just to help the Lings.
Oh, here comes the bust though. Gamja is preparing. The Banelings moving up. They're going to be able to bust a big hole wide open in this ramp. Bathtub is trying to hold his best. The Blink is ready as well. Gets straight on top of that siege tank. Although he's been kept away from it very, very nicely by those Speedlings. It will eventually just fall down. Now Gamja's Banelings, not the best hits actually. Very great focus fire here from Bathtub, but he's kind of neglecting the Stalkers over on the left-hand side, and that is a difficult thing to do. But as we discussed last time, Blink Stalkers very bad versus Ling Biome. They are going to have to blink back down. It's a tough thing, but it looks like Team Bunny Hop have held for now. With this Banshee out as well, that's going to help things. Yeah. So there's no detection at all for Team Potato.
These Banshees, as you're saying, do have Cloak. There actually is detection, though, an Observer coming in to help these Stalkers do what they can do. But, I mean, there's just so much DPS, especially with these Marines and these Lings. Again, Team Potato, KellerMaN is trying to move up as much as he can, but there is these 2 Banshees here. Observer is there and the Mothership Core, but they have to be so careful dancing back and forth with these Marines. And finally, for Bathtub at least, Team Hop, there is a Siege Tank up. That's going to deter pretty much anything else, but you got to remember, these are Blink Stalkers with an Observer and a Mothership Core. It's going to be so easy to teleport up. And just someone in our chat saying Gamja means potato in Korean, who's one of the players.
Yeah, that's where the Team Potato comes from, I guess. But KellerMaN's up here. He's in the middle line, killing off several SCVs right now. He could try and focus down his gas as well. And Bathtub, actually, it looks like they're going to try and get a bit of a flank up, but Toetoefoot's Banelings are going off on nothing particularly much. And they've kind of split their army, and looks like our Terran player is having some difficulty actually holding these Blink Stalkers. However, if he does blink down, he'll be blinking straight into Toetoefoot's Lings. So they will be able to trap the Stalkers. Oh no! The Mothership Core, the mass recall brings them all back home safely, just in time as well to defend against Banshees. And there is a Observer here as well. So
yeah, Overseer canceled because they see that Observer, and at least now for Bunny Hop, as you said, really they've defended it. They did take a little bit amount of for a second I thought Toetoefoot's Banelings were for the other team, and I was like, what the hell did they get in there? But no. But on their side, really, so far for Bunny Hop, I mean, upgrades are coming in. And at least for the Terran player, and he's really starting to develop a large army. Well, for Toetoefoot, the Zerg player for Bunny Hop, I mean, going into Spire, this is going to be really, really interesting. You're going to see a normal bio push with Ling Baneling Muto, which could be really, really cool. I'm excited to see just such a mobile force. What do you think about that? And DPS, not to mention.
It's going to be really interesting. I mean, the Mutalisks, any kind of harassing unit is really good in 2v2 in general, or so I'm told. And particularly on this map, I could see it being really, really nice. You can get a great angle on the kind of back of the main in Toetoefoot's main base. And then go straight over towards the natural, Toetoefoot's natural, Bathtub's natural as well. And there's a lot of kind of dancing around you could do. Toetoefoot's the third base that Toetoefoot is taking. Seems like it would be pretty vulnerable to any kind of harass as well. But as we see, the two armies are both moving across the map right now. Toetoefoot's Lings are going to scout out Gamja first, see the whole army. Bathtub is ready as well, though. The stim goes down. A lot of these roaches are going to go down pretty much immediately, and then KellerMaN's Blinkstalkers shouldn't be too match at all for Bathtub's bio here. But a lot of Toetoefoot's units have gone down, which leaves Bathtub kind of on his own. He should be alright though, but without combat shields, these Marines are a little weaker than normal.
And again, from what we saw in Game 1, Bunny Hop on 2 bases, each on 2 bases, 5 in all actually, going to a third. But for Team Potato, the Protoss player KellerMaN still does not have his natural base, which is interestingly enough because KellerMaN has does have a lot more stalkers. But finally, Bathtub is in the main base of both these players. A lot of Marines, but they're quite heavily stimmed and only 1 medevac. 1 Baneling could do so much damage in here. We do see a tank narrowly not getting picked off and getting into a better position. Will not siege up though. May siege up actually, not for now. And all the Lings taken out. Blink forward quite aggressively, takes out the medevac. The rest of that is cleaned up, but on the other side of the Protoss base of KellerMaN, there's a large Ling run by, just wreaking havoc onto these probes, trying to do as much damage as they can. Finally, Ling Stalkers come to help, and finally for Toetoefoot, the Mutas are on the other side of the map. There is Blink Stalkers, so he does not want to engage on KellerMaN's base, but he may be able to get into Gamja's base, or even kind of curve around into the back of Potato's base altogether.
A little bit brave. He actually manages to pick off another probe or two, and he's going to be able to do quite some damage to Gamja's hatchery. KellerMaN had to use up his blink defending his own natural, and if he blinks down now, he'll leave his main a little bit exposed. Toetoefoot sees the Stalkers getting ready though, and he gets the cancel and backs on out of there. Ain't no thing. But yeah, that was really cool because that's exactly what I did anytime in a 2v2. Get an enemy to focus down the wall, then Lings just run into the middle of the line and go do something else while Lings ravage probes. So it's cool to see that is a viable 2v2 strat as well. It's always nice when players kind of do the same strats as you do. But Toetoefoot and Bathtub now taking a nice kind of contain up. As you mentioned, KellerMaN still actually hasn't taken the natural nexus, hasn't started it yet. Whilst Gamja's sitting on 2 base, the main is going to be running dry a little bit, and he really wants that 3rd base. But if Bathtub and Toetoefoot can maintain this contain, they'll be in a fantastic position.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, especially as you were saying, Toetoefoot does have his 3rd base now, and taking it in that kind of the pocket 2 bases, we may see Bathtub respectively take the base next to Gamja, or sorry, next to Toetoefoot. But right now, Toetoefoot going in for a little bit more of attack. Stalkers aren't quite in the position, but there's a couple more Stalkers in the back of KellerMaN's base, trying to harass as much as they can, get rid of any buildings. But both these containers saying are fantastic. A Widowmine and a Siege Tank. Siege Tank is not down yet. I'd love to see more medevacs, but for now, Toetoefoot's Mutalisks actually will go into the main of KellerMaN, just picking off some Overlords here and there, which will be fantastic. And as you were saying, any harassing unit in 2v2s is so big because number one, number one, it's a harassing unit. Harassing units are good. You can get damage on. But number two, you can pull armies apart so easily and get really good advantages because harassing units are generally very fast and you can really get around these huge maps quite well.
Yeah, let's be honest. Mutalisks are good all the time in any matchup. Pretty much.
We only know that. That's only for us to know.
That's true. But as KellerMaN tries to take his natural now, the Mutalisks are going to have something to say about it. They don't quite get the pylon. That's a bit of a shame. One more volley even onto the Nexus, and the bounce damage would have killed it. But oh well. Oh, borrowed roaches.
Yeah, tunneling claws.
Bathtub has seen this.
Tunneling claws were being made a little while back to get that, but they're actually just going to completely bypass the entire army of Bathtub. Now, there's a couple more roaches, making it look like for Bunny Hop there's a couple roaches, but the other roaches that are tunneled may actually go for a flank, which is going to be really cool, but there's going to be Banelings to meet them. I don't know how this is the work, and Bunny Hop is being careful, not being too aggressive here, and finally they're going to be coming in and be as aggressive as they can. The flank is not going to be quite in time. I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen with that flank right there. And what's interesting, though, is Bunny Hop is not being super aggressive. They know something's not quite right. They're being careful.
Gamja unbursts his roaches finally. He's been pushed too far, but this is not a good position now. Now Gamja's stuck on the low ground. His roaches kind of split. While Bathtub has a great position on the siege tanks defending either the high ground or the low ground. These roaches take a lot of splash damage. They try and move out this ramp. They're all going to go down. And KellerMaN and half of Gamja's army is getting demolished here with the combined firepower of the 2 siege tanks in the bio. The main has gone down for Gamja. Although Bathtub has to retreat on the combined power of both those armies. Where are the Lings from Toetoefoot gone? They're coming in now to add their support to this thing. Another siege tank coming in as well, and KellerMaN with no upgrades. Toetoefoot has started +1, and it looks like they're going to smash through here, pulverizing Team Potato, and it looks like Bunny Hop are going to take the second game as well, and advance forwards in our best of 3 here.
Yeah, Bunny Hop has a stream of units coming across the map, and remember, these Marines have 1-1, and they have Stim, so they're proving to be the really turning point in all these battles. Needlelisks and the Lings are able to get into nice little nooks and crannies and do as much damage as they can, but finally, KellerMaN's main base is out. His natural literally only has 1 probe at it, and even the main base of Gamja is gone, so for now, I mean, they're just holding on right now. They're saying, okay, we're not going to give up without without fighting. It's a good thing there's not a Terran on Keller or on the potato side, though, because they may pick them up and go into the corner. But game 2, 2-0ing, Bunny Hop advancing.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.